All right, let's talk some Rhamondre Stevenson. I've been wanting to make this video for a minute now. Finally have time as we have about a week before the season starts. I like Stevenson a lot. I think he's a really, really talented player. I think there's a ton to like about him, and I was really high on him out of the draft. I had him as my running back 3, and I feel like he's proved me right to this point. There's so much he does well, and I think that he, it fits the Bill Belichick thing so perfectly of getting a guy in the 4th round people aren't really talking about and having him really shine. Again, that's where Bill Belichick needs to stay drafting running backs, right? Draft them in the 4th round or later. Draft them in day 3. Don't draft them day 1. That seems to be his sweet spot. But yeah, let's just get into the film study and talk about what I like about Stevenson so much. So we will start off with this one. This was the big run that he had. This was the 91-yard touchdown run. Spoiler alert, it was a great play by him, obviously, because he ran the ball 91 yards. That's usually pretty good, unless you're running the wrong way. That's almost always good. So this is going to be a pitch to the top of the screen, so speed is important right here. And again, for a guy like Rhamondre Stevenson, I feel like he looks better in the Patriots uniform. Maybe just, the darker color is slimming. He did look a bit overweight in college. Maybe he was and he's lost weight, or maybe just the uniform makes him look better. I don't know. But a big issue that people had was he didn't look like a professional athlete all the time. My kind of argument against that stuff was, well, he plays like one, so who cares? To quote Billy Bean, we're not selling jeans here. If you can play, you can play. So anyways, watch what's going to happen here. Right off the bat, he is going to get over. Now, 45 for Washington, linebacker. He kind of took a bad route to that. He ran into his own guy, which allowed Stevenson to get past him. Not sure if that would have happened regardless. So it's worth mentioning that right off the bat. But still, the other Washington player who is, has a chance, 46 right here, a defensive back, you typically expect him to be able to make this play. But obviously, I've told you what's going to happen. Stevenson does have really good acceleration, which is a really important aspect of being a running back. People like to focus on just pure speed, but acceleration is just as important, if not more important. And look, as you see, he accelerates very well. A little bit of contact does not bring him down. I can't show the whole play. It'll be copyrighted, but he does get into the end zone for a touchdown. Very good play from Stevenson. All right, let's talk about some cuts now. His jump cuts this may be a bit over-exaggeratory, if that's a word. I'm not sure if it is, but he looks a little bit like David Johnson out there, quite frankly, the way he can jump cut, Arizona Cardinals David Johnson, not, with Bruce Arians, not the later years David Johnson. On this play, I've circled a Washington football team defensive lineman because the guard for New England is going to try and cut him, and it's not going to work. Like, look, he goes for a cut. We're talking about a lot of different kinds of cuts here. Does not work out. So now you're in a situation where a lot of times this play could get blown up. And for Stevenson, there's several things you could do right here. You could just try to accelerate forward. You could try to run him over. But watch what Stevenson is doing. So he's kind of, at this point, it almost looks like he's running straight into the defensive lineman, but watch how he's going to move laterally to his left. Look, there's that quick lateral movement, and he cuts well and does it again and picks up even more yards. That's a play where, as a running back, your value is what do you gain that the offensive line did not give you? The offensive line did not give him much there, and he still got a 9-yard gain. That's about if he got tackled short of the first down marker, that wouldn't have been really that bad. I probably wouldn't have blamed him. I would have just said, man, those are the breaks. All right, well, sucks, but okay, next play. But he was able to make something out of it, which is what you want in a running back. Like this one's another one. So this is a 1st and goal situation at the 6-yard line. So you see a couple blocks on the edge. I've circled 30 right here because I do have to say, I feel like Stevenson kind of takes a weird decision right here. So look, he's going to take the handoff. He kind of gets to the outside a little bit, which I don't know why you do that because there's an unblocked defensive back. And maybe that's not the right decision. But again, he got himself into a little bit of trouble. However, watch how he gets out of this. It's a cut to the inside. I mean, that's really good stuff right there, and he nearly got a touchdown on that play. That, again, you could argue he should have just ran there from the beginning, but that cut actually cleared up the gap a little bit for him, and he was able to gain more yards. This one was just, this is what made me think, oh, David Johnson. So what's going to happen here is it's going to be a run to the bottom of the screen. Stevenson is off screen right now, but he's about to be back on screen, and watch what's going to happen here. So, right when this play starts, it's, pitch back to Stevenson, and at this point, so the blocks are going well, but there is, that Philadelphia player who I've circled in black, he's doing a good job of getting over. It was a good read on his part, so he could make this tackle, and, let's play my favorite game of when I pause it on the still screen, guess where the tackle is going to be made. If you guessed anywhere on the field, you guessed incorrectly. Again, look at this jump cut. He gets over him. It's just so seamless. And this was something I loved in college, and I'm thrilled to see that it's not only working out as well as it did in college, it's seemingly working out even better, which is not a direction I expected that to go in, which is awesome. Now, he's in another situation where he does kind of, he looks like he's about to get tackled again, but he can still do stuff like this. Watch him cut again, and even, again, a little bit of contact, not bringing him down, he picks up more yards. That's, again, getting more yards than the offensive line gets you. That's just really good stuff from Stevenson. And again, I know that there were some off-the-field issues and concerns with him, but the reality is there's no way he should have fallen all the way to the 4th round, in my opinion. Fallen? Anyways, let's move on. How about a receiving play as well? Why not? It's zone coverage, and Stevenson, it's going to be a play action, and then he's just going to sit down underneath the zone coverage. It's a check down. It's a true check down, but those still have value. It's the old, you can't go broke making a profit thing, so watch what happens. Jones takes the snap, he fakes the handoff, and he is going to then toss one to Stevenson. All of this very normal, but again, another situation where there's a player who could take him down, but Stevenson, it's that acceleration and his cutting ability, which is so incredible. Watch just this angle he takes. It's really the angle on that play that made him elude one Philadelphia player. Now, another one tackled him. It didn't matter on that play, but it goes to show, how many tools he has in his tool belt to just get guys to miss, which is something that, Patriots fans were very upset with Sony Michel. He would get the yards that were there every single time, which really worked when they had a great offensive line and won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, but you'd rather have a guy like Stevenson who can make guys miss and things of that nature. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Rhamondre Stevenson. I think that he could be, people talk about him as this LeGarrette Blount 2.0, and I kind of see it as like a big guy who can move the way he can move. There's some real logic. I'm not sure if Stevenson can hurdle guys like Blount did early on in his career. That would be fun. Although I would say Stevenson's much better cutter than Blount is. And also, I'm not sure if he's as big. Doesn't seem to play as big. Stevenson actually does, use his cuts a lot more than you would expect from someone his size. So there's also that. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more of me talking about Stevenson, search Rhamondre Stevenson, Jackson Kruger Sports. You can watch my video when I talked about him in college. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.